Hi everybody. In this video I want to give you some good startup ideas with MT4. Alright, so assuming you've already loaded the indicators and you're just getting ready to begin using the strategy with MT4, there's a couple things I want to suggest to you and point out to you. Okay, so first of all, the aesthetics of MT4, while they're good, they will never be as good as TradeStation. Okay, this is a free platform. TradeStation is a more professional platform. It's just the way it is. So you're not going to get the nice colors, for example. All the targets are going to be green no matter what the setup. Where the colors come in, you'll see on the entries themselves. So the counterpunch trades, you'll see a little white plus sign, right? For the second chance swings, you'll see the magenta, and for the failed swings, you're going to see green. Okay, so that's one difference, and you'll get used to it. The good news is that the setups all work the same as far as the targeting and the stops. Okay, so you just have to get used to looking at the colors. Also, the add-on trades, the only way to really see the add-on trades is if you turn them on or off. Okay, they're not going to be different colors. Unfortunately, there's a limit to how many inputs that we can use with MT4. And in order to get all the really cool features, like the trade tracking, for example, that you see, I'll show you an example of that. I have it on one of these. See on this 5-minute Euro-US chart, the nice tracking of the trailer, for example. We had to reserve some of the inputs that are available through the MT4 platform to give you more functionality of the strategy and to make it a more pro version. Okay, so we had to sacrifice some of the aesthetics. My biggest recommendation to you, and I hope you take me up on this at some point, is to move to TradeStation. Eventually, I think it's a good move to do. Work with our guy Mitch Field. Forex data is still free, and eventually you may even want to begin day trading futures, and then of course you get all those great commission rebates. All right, so that is always an option to you. But in the meantime, you're going to have to learn how to work with MT4. So let me give you some more helpful ways to learn the strategy with this platform. So you'll notice that when you first put the calculator on, it comes with everything is turned on. Okay, so once you load the calculator, what I recommend you do is open it up right here, edit, make this bigger so you can see everything, and start learning each piece of the counterpunch step by step. So the first thing I would do is I would turn off trade tracking. Okay, you could always turn it back on later, but turn it off so that you can really learn the setups and learn how to trail and do things without relying on the dots on the chart. Okay, you can leave the key level on, because what that's going to do is adjust around the micro, the fractional pip, the extra digit. So that's okay to leave on. But the other thing that I think is really helpful is turn off the add-on trades where it says show add-on. Set that to false. That'll give you fewer trades. Later you can turn it back on. And then isolate each setup so that you can learn each setup one by one. So the white trades is this one where it says use CP. That means use counterpunch trades. Leave that on true. Use failed levels. Those are your green trades. Why don't you go ahead and turn that to false for now? Use second failed swings, second chance failed swings, right? Those are your magenta ones. Turn that to false. Now look at your chart. The only trades that are going to show up are the white trades. So you can go ahead and isolate your counterpunch trades and become a master of the one setup. Okay? You could even take the directional indicator on or off, or you can go ahead and see how this setup behaves with the directional, just so that you can learn. Okay? And just look at a bunch of charts and isolate those setups. All right? Now remember, the targeting is going to be in green still. Here's a case where the directional is blue, so you avoid that trade, for example, and just learn how these setups work, okay? And you'll notice that the deeper you are in the high trend, the better these setups will ultimately work. Like this target's way down here, right? This trade you can't get in yet because it's blue, 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 but finally it turns red, 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 and you can get in sync with it. And look at how it comes down and gets really close to that big target right there. These are things that you should familiarize yourself with so that you understand how this setup works with the overall strategy. When you're done, when you feel like you really understand the counterpunch trade, you could do one of two things. You can turn on the second one and turn off counterpunch, or you could just turn on the second one and leave on the counterpunch trade, the white trade. I would do both. I would look how your charts look both ways so that you really start to get a feel for each of the setups. Take the time to learn the strategy. So you can go to edit again, come down to UCP, turn it to false, and then turn the second one, failed levels, to true. And now you're going to see just the green trades. These are very powerful setups. These are going to give you your continuation trades on trends, some breakouts. And notice that you get completely different setups. And look how nice they look. You might decide you want to become a master of this one setup and nothing else. And that's perfectly fine. It's very hard to break counterpunch. It works on so many levels. Okay, so remember, this is a 5-minute chart, so obviously it's pretty messy, but you're going to find a lot of great trades with this one setup. Learn the setup, master it, and then go to the more nuanced setup. Okay, the last setup is a little more nuanced because it requires a second chance at a failed swing. Okay, it's actually a failed swing on the two swings back is what that actually is. And if you read or go through the video, you'll see what I mean. Okay, but go ahead and turn everything off again. Turn on the use second chance failed swings. These will be your magenta trades, and then learn how those set up and work. Look at how, these are great trades. They're all great trades. You can master this one. You can master each one. You could put on a chart that only has one setup each. Open up 3 different 5-minute charts or 15 or hourly or whatever. Put on one of each and then go back and forth at each chart and see the difference. Okay, then you could put on a chart with a combination of 2 out of 3. And you could put on a chart with all 3. Like this, you're going to get a feel for the setups, a feel for how the strategy works, and you're just going to master the system better. Okay, and so once you've spent time doing that, then you can, of course, you can turn on the add-on trades. You can start turning on the trade tracking. And little by little, you can layer in complexity. You could also even go more retro and backtrack and just look at one target only. Just look at target 2, for example, and nothing else, or target 3 and nothing else, and see what a one position approach might do. Maybe a 4x, coincidentally 4x, but I mean a 4x factor on target 3 without a target 1 and a target 2 is all you need, and you get a nice big fat target with a high winning percentage. These are things you can test on your own and learn the strategy, because this strategy works in so many ways. The more you use it, the better you're going to get at it. But take it slow, learn the strategy step by step, and you will master it, and you will see that you're going to love this strategy. The counterpunch continues to work. It will continue to work for you. Just don't try to do too much. Learn how to crawl before you walk. Learn how to walk before you run. Learn how to run before you learn how to ride a bicycle. Once you learn how to ride a bicycle, then you could ride with no hands. The thing is that once you learn, you'll never forget, and it'll stay with you forever. All right, so I hope that this is good advice for you. I hope this is going to help you. Good trading. Hope to see you in the trade room. Write down those questions, and we'll get to them first chance we can in the trade room. See you on the next video.